Hey everybody, I'm Vernon from DBase326 channel on YouTube. I'm going to do some slap tips. I call them tips because these are things that I do that I've learned over the last few years. So anyways, what I use is I use the hard part of my thumb, which is right at the knuckle. And then starting from the thumb, you keep everything loose, your hand loose, keep your fingers slightly hooked, and you want it loose enough so that way when you move your thumb or move your hand around, your thumb kind of feels a little springy. All your movements come from your forearm. And what I do when I hit the strings is I slice through the string. Slice through and try to land it on top of the string on the bottom. So, sometimes when you're playing fast songs, you can't pay attention to trying to land the string on the bottom, but it's good to get into the habit of that motion. So, the hard part of your thumb, your hands all loose, motion's all coming from the forearm. Try to picture turning a doorknob. You got you're holding the doorknob, and everything comes from the forearm, you know? So, your thumb's going to be a little springy. So you're going to slice through that string. My strings, by the way, when you're new at slapping, it's best to use a new set of strings. Here's what I use for strings. I use Roto Sounds, swing bass, 45, 45, 65, 80, and 105. I use these constantly. I like to try new stuff because there's always new technology coming out, but this is what I started with. It's got a nice bright sound, stainless steel round wounds. I did my research and a lot of other musicians use it. So I got used to it. You want to sound good at the start, as sounds best as possible. And then my strings are about 6-7 months old and they're a little dull. So anyways, slicing through the string, slapping. Now you want the string to try to bounce off the fretboard, and then you get that slap sound. Now, once you get that slap down, you gotta practice it. Practice with a metronome. You know, try to get nice and steady. Practice your muting the strings. How about this one? Another thing that I like to practice with is using songs that I already know that just use chords, you know, plucking. Instead, slap it. A lot more fun than using a metronome, but you know, you got to discipline yourself too. Metronome's a good way to start out. Build up speed, increase the tempo. Thumb up, thumb down. You know, Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, he's famous for using a thumb down. I practice with my thumb going parallel with the string, slightly tipped upwards. You know, because you don't want the front part of your thumb getting in the way. You want to hit it with that hard part. So I always practice it like this because there's other techniques and stuff in the future that you might want to get into, such as the double thumb. That's a different story. Keep your fingers slightly curved so that way when you get into the popping, it's right there. It's not going to take a whole lot of work. It's just the hard part is to get that slap. Bounce the strings off the fretboard as much as possible and slap the bass. That was a pop. But just focus on your thumb. The pop will come. So that's Vernon from DBase326. If you like this, subscribe. And don't forget to hit the like button. Come back to it if you want. I mean, I used to control the YouTube channels, always looking for bass lessons. That's how I learned how to slap. It was guy that gave me my breakthrough was Josh from Bass Buzz. Boom! Let's go.